is the X Sports Network.
Ball. Summertown playing Giles County here at home. Mr. Rick Haddock's field. Kind of run through Giles County's lineup real quick. I ain't got first names, guys. Sorry, but we got Hayes is pitching, hitting in the one spot. Wilson will be at first base. Mess will be DHing for Burmett, which is playing center field.
There's the names on the screen.
Right here.
Gerald will be playing third base. Holt
He playing
will be in left field. Drew, I got some names now. Drew McLemore.
McLemore.
Hudson Nevis.
Nivens.
And
Riker. I guess Riker.
Riker
Whitworth.
Whitworth.
Yeah.
And Clayton Mosley. Dang, Giles County. People don't sound like they're from Giles County. Summertown's lineup is going to be about the same as it usually is, guys. You got Casey Blackwood in center field. Ryder Blackwood will be pitching for us tonight. Quint Smith at first base. Kane Kinnick at third. Aiden Perez will be playing shortstop. Jake Pettis in left field. Cecil Williams at second base. Keegan McCaffrey in right field. And Graham Howell, hind catching, will be our 9. First pitch of the game here. Ryder comes set here. Ready to deliver. Called strike one.
Giles County's got a lively dugout over there.
Very lively. Sounds like a softball game. Ryder delivers. Going to be fouled off. Goes down 0-2 right here.
Knuckleball on the way.
Something on the way. Something that ain't in the middle of the plate, that's for sure. That's what we're looking for right here anyways. Blackwood comes set. Going to deliver the 0-2 pitch. He does. It's up. Strike 3. One up, one down here for Summertown.
Leave it high in that sun.
We'll bring up Wilson, their first baseman here. Ryder shakes off, delivers. Fastball is going to be hitting the 5-6 hole, line drive for a base hit. Little too much plate there, Ab, for the first pitch.
Yeah, I don't know what he shook off or what he's just doing that out of.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
But it's all right.
Yeah, I mean, it's just,
Let's
hey.
don't get behind them. Let's make them hit it, see what we got.
Yeah, absolutely. Set up a double play right here. Get us a ground ball. DH, Moss. I said Mess. That's an O. It ain't
Yeah.
Moss. Sorry.
Levi Moss.
Yeah. Moss is stepping in. Take a breaking pitch for ball one. Ryder delivers. Fastball for strike one.
Catches that outside corner.
Yeah, that chalk line strike.
One ball, one strike, one out. Runner standing at first. Ball's going to be in the dirt. Good job, Graham.
I don't know what. It looked like it might almost crossed him up.
Yeah, he had his glove up, and that thing sure dove down on him
Yeah.
awful hard. I don't know if it's. Well, 2 balls, 1 strike here. Batter's going to call time.
We got to get these signals going a little bit better. Ryder likes to work a little faster too.
Yeah. Pitch is delivered. It's going to be up. Ball 3, make it 3-1. Delivers a 3-1 pitch. Fastball in there. Swung through and missed. Good healthy cut on that 3-1 though. I like to see that.
Was a good healthy cut.
Ball's going to be fouled off. Back over our heads here, out of play. Update on the softball game is Summertown plays Loretta here at home today. Summertown leads 2-0 in the bottom of the 6th inning. So Summertown's up to bat right now with 2 outs. Ryder delivers this one. It's going to be ball 4. Batter pauses to take all of his equipment off to get down to first.
I believe this is the kid that played shortstop for them in JV.
This is the third base here in this game. Owen picks a ball up.
About the same size. I don't know if it's
The same jersey number.
Fastball, foul tip.
He had a lot of range at shortstop if this was him.
Yeah, he covers some ground.
Evens everything up. Fastball delivered in there for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Batter didn't seem like he liked that one
That's
too
too
well.
low for that kid.
Yeah, it was down, guys. Ryder comes set here, going to deliver the 1-2. Does. Ball's hammered out into the gap. It's going to get to the wall. That's going to score a couple anyways. Casey Blackwood comes across, cuts it off, gets it in there. Just scores 1. That's good hustle right there, getting that ball in. Ball was hitting the right center field gap out there.
He caught it on the hop right before it hit the wall, looked like.
But Giles County does score 1.
What they put him on second for?
He got the second.
Oh, did he make it?
Yeah.
He had to bring
He had to bring all his stuff back
yeah,
to
he
the
had to get a
dugout.
wheelbarrow, get his stuff back over here. Holt is going to step in, left fielder. Swinging from the left side of the plate. That's a called strike.
That's
Yeah, our kids are going to have to be watching this and realize, you know, he's going to give it out there. So.
Yep. Called strike 2.
That's a good pitch.
That's a very good pitch.
Yeah, they're just going to go up there and swing the bat.
Ryder comes set here, delivers the 0-2. It's down the dirt. Throws it down to first, gets that out. Nobody moves up. Ryder done a good job rotating. Getting down here. Got 2 outs now with 2 on. We can get out of this, guys, and not give up a 1 run.
That'll be big.
Yeah, that'll be big for us. Bring up McLemore. Wearing Carter Kelly's old number from Giles County. Played over there last year, number 22.
2-2. We ain't getting any signals in, no signs, something.
Called strike 1. Guys, baseball has changed a lot over the years.
Yeah, they got grass on their infield.
They do. Ball's grounded right back to Ryder. Ryder
Nice
fields.
play.
Good
Throw
play.
over to first. Get that out. Good job, Ryder. Gets out of it. I'm actually talking about all the chanting and stuff. You know, back in my day, you know, all that chanting and stuff. And, they, you know, they may have been a team come in and done it. But the guy standing in the batter's box was in danger. Because,
Yeah.
you know, you stick a couple in the rib cage in the batter's box, and it usually quietens them down a little. But they don't play that way no more. Can't throw it at nobody's head, or you get ejected out of the game and go to jail the next day for throwing a baseball at somebody. So, but we'll take a little break. This is Summertown Baseball on X-Sports Network.
'Cause when I cross that county line, just off Highway 49, it all makes perfect sense. Man, I live for this.
Working with Gina was great because she really knows this area. I gave her the specifications of what I was looking for, and she took me right to my forever home.
I met Gina when she sold my son's home within 5 days after it hit the market. With my home, from the day the sign hit the yard to the day we signed the papers, Gina was there every step of the way. Her involvement in the sale of my home was the best decision that I made.
We never felt like Gina was pushing us to make a deal with a buyer. She knew what we wanted, and she worked diligently to get us the best offer for our properties.
Working hard for my clients to make their dreams come true. Let me work for you.
Want to take
All right, welcome everybody back. Casey Blackwood, center fielder for Summertown today, is going to step in, lead us off. Summertown trails 1-0 after just the top of the first. Fastball in there, he swings through it. That was that pitch.
Yeah, he pulled off it just a
Yep.
little.
Eagles softball did beat Loretta 2-0.
It's going to be down and away. Ball one. What was that, Will?
Undefeated in the district.
Undefeated. Summertown's undefeated in the district this year.
One more to go. Mount Pleasant at home.
Ball's going to be away again, make it 2-1. Yeah, they struggled with Mount Pleasant a little bit there. I mean, so,
They struggled with Lewis today.
yeah.
They struggled with Loretta today.
Ball's chopped down third baseline foul.
A little high.
We'll get a few more viewers now.
So 2 balls and 2 strikes here on Kaysen. Well, Casey's seen more pitches this lead off at bat than he has the last 3 games we've played. Pitcher finds what he wants, delivers way outside.
Just a bit outside.
Makes it full right here. Casey, forget about the 3 and worry about the 2, guys.
Yes. Got to protect right here.
He does. It gets him a ground ball over in the 5-6-0. Shortstop makes a good play, but he's not throwing him out. That ball is out of the park, so Casey will move up as the shortstop tries to throw it from the ground, and long hops to first baseman and bounces out of the park. So that'll give Casey second base. So he don't even have to steal that one, guys.
No.
Maybe he'll get the next one.
So it's going to bring up Ryder Blackwood here.
We'll do 2.
Yeah, you know, to throw him out in that from that hole right there, you almost got to field that ball. Perfect.
Ryder's bunting to third.
Is he? If he ain't, he
If
should be.
if that guy don't come on in, he is.
Ball's up and away. Third
They're gonna
baseman
let the
never
first
moved.
baseman play it.
No,
Yeah,
he's still back there 2 steps behind the
Yeah,
bag.
he's not coming. The pitcher's going to have to play this bunt over here. So, Ryder, that's a base hit, buddy.
Yep.
Been on the left side, right-handed pitcher. Ball's up. He pulls back on that one. 2-0 right here.
He's still not in.
Nah, he's not coming. Pitcher's got to cover this side. Ball's down the way. 3-0. Ball's up and in. We'll bring up our first baseman, Quint Smith. One of our seniors here on this team.
One of 3.
One of 3 seniors. Nobody out. Got 2 on. One standing at first, one standing at second. Ryder's trying to get his oven mitt on out there. It's going to be a called strike. Well, that's
that outside.
That's that outside corner. And he likes that outside corner, guys. He always has. And you got to know it when you step in there. Q's going to hammer that one. I don't think he's got a chance, boys. Q's going to get a double.
The way that ball come off the bat,
he's got to get
he did
amped.
not
No,
read
he's
it well.
no, he didn't. Q's doing his dance out there with a double to drive in a run. Q's got to jog over the coach, get rid of his laundry. It's going to bring up one of our other seniors, Kane Kinnick.
All Q got rid of it looked like with some batting gloves.
Yeah, I don't guess he can put them in his pocket.
Slows him down. Slows him down running, I guess.
Yeah, flopping around behind him. It's a good hit, good piece of hitting right there, though. 2-0 count. Ball's going to be down and away. One ball, no strikes here to Kinnick. Pitch delivered, it's going to be outside. Kane holds up on that one.
Like some kind of off-speed or breaking pitch.
Yeah, it stayed out there, too. Steps back in, 2-0. Pitcher here delivers. Fastball up. Kane absolutely unloaded. He may have just hurt his back.
Or shoulder or something.
He sure cut loose, guys, but hey, 2-0, you got to, right? Still 2-1. It's there. You can drive it. Pitcher comes set here, going to deliver the 2-1. Ball's going to be down the way, makes it 3-1. Pitcher comes set here, delivers. Pretty good pitch by him right there. That ball was down and away on Kane. He
Not
chased
sure
it.
that one, some kind of slider breaking pitch too.
Me neither. Goes 3-2 on him right
Yeah,
here.
it was.
Some kind of something.
Yeah, it was. The replay
Yeah.
showed. Looked like it's coming in there for pretty good. Then it dropped out. Bottom dropped out of it. There we
Kane's
go.
going to hit a bullet back towards center field.
Gets out of his glove.
That thing was
Slicing to the
slicing away from him out there. It cut on him hard.
Q had to hold up there, so he wasn't able to score. Ryder did, though.
Yep. Picks up that RBI there.
Off the bat, Q took off, and then he had to turn around and retreat.
We'll bring up the shortstop, Aiden Perez.
Need this guy to get going.
Pitcher's going to come out and tell everybody what he's doing. Pick over to first. Kane's back easy.
Down and
Big
away.
ball down and away.
This kid's missed a bunch out there. I don't know if he's just trying to be too careful. Seemed like that's a lot of them get that mindset.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good pitch. P-Riz got to be ready for that one.
One ball, one strike here. Kane's gone. They're throwing at him.
Dropped the ball. Called him out.
Did he drop the ball?
I thought he was picking the ball up.
Kane does get thrown out going to second.
He's picking something up.
Yeah, but it wasn't the ball.
Brightwood's walking in. What P done there? So talking to P, he acts like he.
He's checking on the runner.
Nah, he was talking to P. I think P did when he swung through that.
Who was talking to him?
Brent walked down here, and the umpire was talking to him. I don't know what.
P-Rez?
Yeah, P.
He didn't do nothing. I just watched the replay. He stood right in his tracks.
I hit our roof, Timmy.
I
I
bet
finally
daggone.
got to hear one.
I did.
It's a wild pitch.
Wild pitch hit our roof. Q comes in and scores on it.
First time I got to hear one hit up here. That's
First
the
ball that's ever hit our roof.
It didn't scare me. So
That kid tried to backhand one off his wrist.
must be insulated pretty good.
Kind of quiet, wasn't it?
Yeah.
P comes up. Summertown does score that run. It's 3-1 here, Summertown, with one out. P's going to hit a ground ball over to second base. Second baseman Fields throws over to first with a second out of the inning.
Third out.
Second. That's just a second out inning.
Yeah.
Kane and P's on to it got out. Don't be messing me up over there.
I looked at the wrong number.
Yeah, you looked at the score.
Yeah. I guess I did. I don't know what I seen.
We'll bring up Jake Pettis. First pitch is a ball. Second pitch is in there. Jake's going to hit it a mile high out into just behind shortstop. Shortstop's there making the call, makes the catch. Be the third out. So Summertown does plate three. We give up one in the top of the first. Score three in the bottom. So we'll take a little break as they're swapping up. This is Summertown Baseball on X-Sports Network.
If you're looking for a company that can do it all when it comes to building, look no further than Tennessee Properties. From new home builds to remodels and commercial projects, our contractors work hard to give your space a new life from planning to finishing touches. Whether it's new interiors or dirt work, they see your big picture without forgetting the small details. In the market for a new home, they partnered with Freeman Development to bring new homes to the Oak Hill subdivision of Lawrenceburg. That's Tennessee Properties, licensed and insured. Call today or visit Tennessee.com.
Cell phone plans at an affordable price? Only at LE Wireless. When they say wireless for all, they mean it. With yearly plans as low as $5 per month, they say it's the best $60 you'll spend on unlimited talk and text. Ask about their monthly and family plans. They'll succeed in meeting your needs at a price you'll love. And no need to go elsewhere for accessories. Already a customer? Their referral program can put even more money in your pocket at LE Wireless, located at 300 Ellingson Street in Lawrenceburg. Call today and ask about their free phone promotion.
All right, welcome everybody back. That's a Nevis?
Nivens.
Nivens? Is it Nivens or Nevis?
Yeah, Nivens.
Nivens.
N-I-V-I-N.
Squires the bunt, pulls back, takes a ball.
N-I-V-E-N-S.
He's our second baseman.
Fast ball up. I think anybody else on the team, that may have been a strike. He's kind of got a small statue here. Makes a ball in, make it 3-1. Ryder comes set here, going to deliver the 3-1 pitch. He does. Ball's
again.
still up.
Is that the kid, Joe, that bunted on us in JV?
Yeah, got down the line real well. Hey, this kid can run.
This number 12?
No,
this kid.
Oh,
the
kid
on base.
Yeah.
He got down the line well in that JV game.
He's already leaning towards second.
Riker Whitworth, their right fielder.
Pick over to first. He's back. It's close.
Timmy, you could probably make some money with all this protective gear they're coming out with now. Get some kind of skid plate they could put on their belly out there.
Skid plate?
Yeah, when
they're
sliding in.
A belly skid plate?
Yeah, when they're sliding in.
That'd be a good idea. Might be a good idea, Ab. I may see if I can, like a turtle shell.
Hell, something like him, a square back there, but I don't know. I don't know what you could get.
Ball's going to be down for ball one.
They'd probably be okay unless you wore it when you was playing on turf. Then you go to slide in the second and go plumb out in the left field.
End up in the outfield.
Yeah, you couldn't.
So, 1 ball, no strikes here. Runner at first. Lead off runner does get on with a walk. Ball's going to be up and in.
I need Ryder to go ahead and finish
Yeah,
it.
looks like Brent's going to call time, go out and talk to Ryder here. We'll take a little break, run some commercials while they're doing that. Summertown Baseball on X Sports Network.
Hey Lawrenceburg, looking for something new? Come to Happy G's, located at 210 East Gaines Street. We have pitching machines, batting cages, and even indoor golf. Powered by TrackMan, our system is perfect for practice or play. With over 300 courses as well as multiple mini games, it is perfect for all ages and abilities. We even offer packages for group events such as birthday parties and business lunches. So let's go. Come get your game on indoors at Happy G's.
A&M Medical is Lawrence County's newest medical clinic, specializing in urgent and primary care. Practitioners Andrea Bain and Meredith Hutton bring years of experience and compassion to keep you and your family healthy. A&M.
All right, welcome everybody back. Little conversation's over with. 2 balls, no strikes, nobody out. Runner standing at first base here. Ryder delivers. There it is. Throws that in there for a strike. Umpire says 2-1.
Got something cooking down there with the third base coach.
He's sure making a whole lot of signs, ain't he?
Bouncing that way.
Another close throw over there.
Good time to do it, too. He's gone. Graham, pretty good shot, but he ain't got. He's going to third, and nobody's going after the baseball.
Nobody's seen where it went. They were both looking back at the bag.
Ball gets through Cecil and Perez both out there. Two balls, two strikes here.
I don't know if I even knew who was supposed to cover that.
It didn't look like.
Both of them were about 6 feet behind the bag.
Little confusion. Ryder comes set here, delivers. Fastball foul tip into the mitt for a strike. One out. It's going to be number 16, their catcher.
Clayton Mosley, our leadoff, standing on deck over there.
Fastball going to be hit over to second base. Good job. Good piece of hitting.
Little squibber out there, score that run.
Little scribbler, get that RBI, get that run in here. They're back up to the top, their leadoff.
Yeah,
it's a leadoff walk. Come all around the bases to score there. Got 2 outs now. Nobody on.
Their first score was a walk, too.
It was.
Didn't their second batter walk?
Yes. That's a fastball bell tie right down the middle, guys. That's 1 ball, 1 strike here.
Can get the sign in again.
And we ball away and down. Make it 2-1. Ball's going to be hit foul out of play over the first base dugout.
Like the same pitch as the pitch before, but he went after that one.
Even everything up. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Blackwood comes set. Gets his signs. Delivers. It's all speed left up.
Full count.
Ball going to be grounded over towards short. Perez fields, throws over to first. It's 3rd out of the inning. They do play another run. Summertown's just going to have to score every inning right here, guys. Looks like to stay ahead of them. So we'll take a little break. This is Summertown Baseball on X Sports Network.
Old School Rentals in Loretto, Tennessee is your headquarters for all your rental equipment needs. Are you in need of a trailer? How about a saw, tools, loaders, or even generator? Now meeting all your propane needs as well. You can find everything you need to complete your project and much more down at Old School Rentals in Loretto. Go by and let owner Ryan Smith help you today. That's Old School Rentals on North Main Street in Loretto, Tennessee.
All right, welcome everybody back here to the bottom of the second inning. Cecil Williams is going to step in, get his first chance. He first pitch swinging, fouls it back over our heads. Second pitch on his way. He's going to ground it over the shortstop. Shortstop fields clean. Throws over to first. First out of the inning. We'll bring up the right fielder and Keegan McCaffrey. Takes ball up. That pitch is borderline, guys, but he ain't called it all day. Ball's going to be down and away.
It still aggravates me when that catcher don't throw the ball back to the pitcher.
Get back to the pitcher. Yeah, me too. Ball away. Make it 3-0.
I'd work on my curveball sometimes when I was throwing it back to him, but I try to make
There's that strike. Makes it 3-1. Keegan taking all the way there. Throwing your curveball, knuckleball back to him. Getting ready to come out of the pen.
Make sure there wasn't nobody on base, but I did it.
Keegan swings through that one for strike 2.
Kind of get the side eye, but I did it.
Keegan's going to hit that and foul over towards our dugout.
What'd your pitchers think of that?
Nah, he's just give me that, like I said, he's kind of give me that side eye look, like, what are you doing?
You trying to show them what it was supposed to look
yeah,
like.
You're supposed
If they throw you a curveball in the dirt, you throw it back to them and say, look,
Yeah.
now this is it right here.
Call timeout and say, watch me for a minute.
3 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out here. Pitches away.
Good
Yeah,
take
that
there.
That was in the other box.
Yeah, well.
Looked like he wanted to swing at it pretty bad.
Yeah, it might have been.
Got to be careful with that pitch.
That was away.
It was most definitely away. He's going to bring up Graham Howell.
Graham's been swinging it well here lately.
Yes, he is.
Graham's going to hit that and hard out
First
into
pitch
center
will
field.
get down.
It's
Get
going
out
to
of
get
here.
down.
Yes,
That's
sir.
going to be a double for him. Keegan's going to go all the way to third.
Stand up double and
Yes, sir. Attaboy, Grammy. 1 out double there.
little Trump dance to cap it off.
Dodging them. Well, something's working
Yeah.
because it's whatever he's done in the last 3 weeks has been working. Says all the credit. Greg says Olivia goes down and front tosses him at hustle every day, so all the credit for him hitting goes to Olivia. It's all Olivia.
Camden Staggs comes in
She's
out there to
probably
run for him.
She may have changed his swing up a little bit. You know, she's pretty athletic. She may have told him, so listen,
Yeah,
this is
got-
what you need to be doing. But
Now, Douglas had a little pop in his bat, so she might have a secret there.
yeah, she may have a little secret there somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a called strike. Broke it, little up, broke back in on him. He squared the bunt. So that will be a strike. Runner standing at second and third. 1 out. Casey Blackwood in the box. Mason chops that down the third baseline. Keegan's coming hard.
Safe.
Safe fair. I think the catcher.
Why does he think it's a force?
I don't know that I don't know. He never tried
He
to tag.
attempted a tag.
I don't know.
Keegan tore his pants.
He tore his
They was already tore. I noticed him when he come up here to hit. They had a tear. They may be worse now though. Can't see his undies yet though. If he's wearing them. So we do score the run.
I don't understand. I don't know what he was doing, that catcher, because he never attempted to swipe a tag or anything. He's like, when he caught it, he was good.
It's like Loretta and Richland. Richland has took the lead on Loretta in the bottom of the first. Loretta scored 2 in the top. It's like they're playing at Richland. So, 1 out here. Runner at first and third. Cason's gone first pitch. Beats it by 14 steps. He called that a strike, did he not?
I was watching Kaysen.
They put a ball on the board, but I was pretty sure he called that a strike.
That's a strike.
Yeah. See if we can't get him to show us right here. I think it's 0-2, guys. Nope. I was wrong. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I'm glad I was wrong.
He's got 2 strikes now.
Yeah. He ain't seen nothing but breaking pitches either. Ryder just hit a bullet by the first baseman. That's going to get all the way in the corner, going to drive in 2 runs.
Maybe.
Ryder should have a stand-up double. He dives anyways, gets a uniform, pretty white uniform, nice and dirty for Mama to clean.
Little Trump dance, top it off.
I don't know. Will sent us a video. I'm sure he didn't send it to everybody, but Will has put a clip together of the Trump dance.
Yeah,
and it's like Trump and them. He's got everybody in the country doing this YMCA dance, and it's like our baseball team then flashes here and flashes there. It's pretty cool. We're going to play it as a commercial here in a minute so everybody can see it. Oh, we got to play it, Will. We need everybody to see it. And we'll slide it in there.
That's what we'll start playing leading up to the games.
We'll bring up Q Smith, takes ball. Q hit a double off the left field wall. His first at bat. Be ball away. They've got him shifted, guys, pretty heavily. And just to watch the pitcher, they're trying to stay away from him. So
shift one way and pitch the other.
Yeah,
that don't make much sense.
They don't know Q very
don't
well.
know. Let's see where the catcher's setting up. He's inside on that pitch.
Yeah, it was called strike. Them other two were setting up out there on that outside corner. But 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner and Ryder Blackwood standing at second after his double down the first baseline with 2 RBIs. That's a good pitch. That's called strike too.
Same spot.
Yeah, it's
back
in there
again.
That's back in there again. Q's going to dig his foot in now. 2 balls, 2 strikes on him here. Pitches away. Q's just going to slap it over the right side. Third baseman comes and gets it. Throws over to first. Q's there.
He's late. Has a late throw.
There's a late throw, and the first baseman dropped it, but I don't think it was going to matter. I think Q beats it out.
Yep.
So
they underestimate the speed that kid's got.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, I think everybody does. Yeah, I think he beats it anyways.
Yeah.
That's another one of his legendary at-bats.
Yeah, that's a great at bat by Q right there.
Slapping it in play. Just bam.
So bring up Kane Kinnick. 1 out here. Summertown has plated 3 runs here in the bottom of the second.
Yep, he's just a little ahead of it. He was ahead of that first pitch last time.
He was. No balls, 1 strike here, 1 out. Summertown still got 2 on. Pitch is delivered down and away. Ball 1. Pitch is out there on the outside corner for strike 2. Makes it 1 ball, 2 strikes.
That's a tough one to do anything with.
Yeah, I don't think he could have hit it if he reached out there and just slapped that one because it was going to be in the same place.
He hit that one twice.
1 ball, 2 strikes here. Still got 2 on. Q still standing at first. Kane hits that ball out to center field. It's a mile high, but he's going to get the RBI from third. His rider's going to come in easy.
Q was almost at second base and had to turn around and come back.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I kind of like to see that guy come back and tag and then get out there about halfway and see where that throw goes myself. And when it's that high, you can go on the second if you're standing on the bag when the ball's caught. Brings up Perez, 2 outs. P's going to foul that and off the right side.
You got to get him swinging it.
He takes that and for strike 2. He likes them down, guys.
And away.
Down and out.
Always has. Pick over to first. Q's back easy. Pitcher's delivered. Q hits that into the 5-6 hole, or Perez hits that through the 5-6 hole for a base hit. Sorry, guys. I was watching Q. He left before he ever hit that baseball. Well, they take it off of him, but he almost left like he was stealing, or he knew Perez was
getting a big secondary.
Maybe he just knew P was going to hit that one. So brings up our left fielder, Jake Pettis. Swings through the first pitch for strike 1.
Jake's still working for that truck.
Well, he's done everything he knows to do.
Totaled his car.
He's totaled his car. He's hit the ball. He's batting. He's got a great batting average. He's hit the ball well every year. I think Dad was just pulling his leg.
Holding out on him. I don't know.
Down 0-2 right here. Hits that right back up the middle.
There we go. There he goes again.
Yep.
Q's gonna. Did you see that
ball? I did. That is our wonderful outfield out there. See, that's the reason you play on grass instead of turf, guys. That's it. I mean, you know, that hit a moho out there and jumped 8 foot in the air. May have been a groundhog hole.
I don't know if we could see it. Watch this kid change directions.
Yeah, you can't see the ball, but it. You can. Yeah, I mean, it jumped.
Why it went from glove side to the other side real quick.
We're going to call timeout, come out and talk to the pitcher. We're going to take a little break. We'll be right back.
Jack Davis Insurance, located at 201 West Gain Street in Lawrenceburg, has you covered through life's obstacles. Jack Davis specializes in group insurance for businesses and institutions of all sizes. With coverage for life, accidents, cancer, critical illness, short-term disability, dental, and vision, Jack Davis can.
All right, welcome everybody back. We got a special guest up here. We're going to try to do this. Me and Will's going to try to get all the senior parents in here. So we've got Mr. Walt Smith. Notice I said Mr. Walt Smith, which is Quint's dad, sitting here with us.
So look, if you're one of those people watching and you get mad when we start talking about stuff that's not the game, you just might want to mute us for a while.
Go ahead and mute us because
we're gonna spend a couple innings talking about Quint and all of his glory days playing here and there, and we got his dad up here to talk about it. So now, Timmy, you know I bleed blue and white, but there was one year that I went to LCHS, right, my freshman year.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And as he's hitting that to short.
Ground ball to shortstop, fielded, throw it over to first, be the third out. We'll keep it right here, keep talking.
But, you know, I didn't play baseball or basketball or nothing there, but I did play tuba. And while I was playing tuba in the stands at the football games, Walt here was the quarterback at those days.
Some rough days.
Well, now, Walt.
There was some bad football in Lawrence County. Is that what you're saying?
Well, we had one. My junior year was
you had a pretty good junior year.
That's where I was going, Walt. Yeah. I remember 2 decent football teams the whole time I've been alive. and I hate to say it like that, but when Taz Garland was there about
Yeah.
12 years ago,
was
they were fun to watch. And then your junior year, my freshman year, my 1 year at LCHS, you had John Martin as your running back.
Jimmy Stevens, John Martin.
Of course, Wendy Scott's husband, Jason Scott.
He was the other outside linebacker. I was on one side, he was on the other.
So Mark Olive was a wide receiver of yours?
Mark Olive, Tommy Williams, Josh Red.
So if you look at the screen here, there's a little bit.
Uh-oh.
And so now we see why Quint wears number 5.
You went deep for that one.
And
I'm the 4th, and I always wanted number 4, but the McNutt brothers had claims to the number 4 at Lawrenceburg, so I wasn't getting 4. So.
I didn't realize you were that quick back in those days.
He wasn't. Everybody else just really slow.
It was deceptive. It was deceptive.
well. So anyway, let's of course, just a few years after that, you kind of went being best known as Katie's big brother.
Yeah. I knew it had passed me when I was no longer Walt Smith, the former quarterback. I was Katie's big brother.
That's right.
So.
And she won the state championship in '98. Now you're best known as Quint's dad.
Yeah. When I went from Abby's dad for a while, now I'm Quint's dad. So it's definitely been a transition throughout the years.
Now, Quint and his sister have a competition going on of some kind. Explain that.
Yeah, for a long time, Quint. Abby had him with home runs. It was her claim to fame. She every time he'd say something about being better than her, she would just mention, "Well, I've got more home runs than you," and he would just have to kind of duck his head and walk off. But now he's caught her and passed her this year.
So he's passed her now.
Yes, yeah,
okay.
He's passed her. He called her the other night and told her.
Well, it's just not really often that a 3-sport athlete just falls out of the sky. Golf, football, and baseball at this. And the caliber that he plays it, and that's what's happened here. So first of all, thank you for your part in that.
Well, I'll just tell you, I can't thank the Summertown community, the student body, the athletes. When you change schools, especially being a senior, you never know how you're going to be accepted, and it's been unreal. Me as a coach I've been accepted great, and him as a player. He wanted to get back closer to home to some guys he knew, and his senior year has been nothing but awesome. He's had a wonderful time.
So let's see, they got defensive MVP in the region, right? All region and defensive MVP, then made All-State.
Yes.
As well.
Yeah, he was very fortunate. We were pretty good on defense, and he was able to make several tackles this year and having fun doing it. I know Coach Busby and him had a special relationship, being an uncle and nephew there too. That was pretty fun for him. And it's like I said, everything was really cool during football, and then him getting to enjoy golf and going to the state tournament golf too. That was something that was really neat to be a part of. And now hopefully we can follow up and do something like that in baseball too. So
absolutely, yeah, he got to play Cole, with Cole Campbell his senior year. That's pretty neat. Ball goes to short.
Perez Fields throws over to first.
Got him.
Q does a good job keeping his toe down there.
Yeah. Well, so tell us about Quint's earliest days as an athlete. We got some pictures here. Like there's one there.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I was thinking of things when you texted me last night. He was 4 years old, first year he ever played. I can remember Ryan Maddox was the coach out in the field with him, and of course he's a 4-year-old playing with 5 and 6s. He was in the outfield and on the outfield grass, but he was standing right there at the edge of the dirt. And I can remember we looked out there one time, and he had scooped dirt up with his hand and was filling Ryan's pocket with dirt during the middle of the inning. And Ryan had no idea that it was going on. But that was a good memory. I can still remember seeing him do that.
That's awesome. That's a nice play by Ryder there. Here's your football picture. I stole these off your Facebook page, Paul.
Okay.
Oh, he's stalking you.
I got you.
And then, this right here, I bet he was tough to handle.
Yeah, I tell you that year he was 90 because we had a young man at Giles County when I coached there that got killed in a car wreck. It was Tyson Marks, and he wore 90 that year in honor of Tyson. Brings back good memories.
Yeah, but I tell you, but he's a big boy right there.
Yeah, oh yeah. He thought he was. It's funny football story there. He played fullback, and Alex Bedford was mainly our running back, and Alex had a bunch of touchdowns, and we were at about the 50-yard line one night, and we were up pretty good. And Robert looked at him, Bedford, and he said, "Hey, you want to run it right now?" And he said, Quint looked around the huddle and looked at the goal line. He said, "No, not yet." He said, "Okay." So a couple of plays later, they got to about the 15-yard line. He said he felt somebody tug on his leg, and he said, "Hey, Robert, I'm ready to run now." So we started calling it the Q zone instead of the red zone.
The Q zone. Well, and so this picture here looks like he's been a catcher at some point.
Yeah, he caught for a while. He did not like it. So
oh, he didn't?
He tried to transition out of that as fast as he could. He did it first, and then he said it was too much work, he thought.
That ball's going to get down out there.
Yeah, there's a base hit out in the right field.
Well, there was when I saw this picture here, I thought he looks like his mama in that picture. I thought, like, no joke, like I see her face there in that picture. So
definitely a mama's boy.
Well, Timmy, wouldn't you say it feels like he's been here for the whole 4 years?
It does. I mean, he's come in with this group. Walt, we appreciate you bringing him because my son is a senior and him coming in this year. There again, you don't know exactly how it's going to work out and what's going to react, but. Kane just loves him. I mean, they're buddies, and they laugh, and it's like, I don't know if y'all watched Exports Live last night. Everybody's listening, but Kane called him a big goofball. But he's when it comes time to go to work, he goes to work. So, and that's what he just transitioned. All the kids, all the teachers and stuff that I hear talk ground ball over the short. Perez steps on second, but everybody you hear talks about him. Just been he's kind of the class clown, but he also knows when to just settle in and do what he needs to do.
He always kind of has been the life of the party.
Yeah.
Tries to be.
Well,
anyway,
the way I want to describe it is, I don't know if this is the right way to say it, but he has a contagious smile. Yeah. Like he just seems to be in a good mood an awful lot, and then that makes everybody around him in a good mood. He's just kind of a contagious smile and just
he
lifts everybody up.
The room when he goes in it, he wants to be the center of attention.
Well, where does that come from, Walt?
I don't really know. I don't really know. We tell him all the time when he was little he wanted to be the line leader everywhere we went, and we told him if they were lining up for a firing squad, he would run to the front of the line, try to be first.
Well, now, Timmy, I don't know what you were expecting with him in baseball. When I heard he didn't play his junior year, we got a new pitcher. What number? 17.
17.
But when I heard he didn't play his junior year, and I thought, okay, someone of Quint's size, what I'm expecting, power, hit a few bombs in there, and I was expecting a lot of strikeouts. That's just kind of what, without knowing anything about him, and he didn't play last year, I was thinking he's going to hit a few bombs and he's going to have a lot of strikeouts. But he has turned out to be, he hits the bombs, but he puts together, as Kane said last night, some of the best at bats you'll see all year. He just had one earlier in the game.
Yes.
Where he hit the ball to the shortstop, reached out and, hit it where he had to. And there's a lot of guys on this team can't do that. And
he does. He's prided himself all throughout playing not to strike out. He actually took 2/3 strikes this year, and I think it's only the fourth time ever that he's took the third strike striking out. That's a cardinal sin at our house. But
he just has really, really good hands.
I've tried to tell him that he needed to be more like Tony Gwynn than Mark McGuire growing up.
That's good.
I felt like Tony Gwynn was one of the best hitters ever.
Oh, absolutely.
Still hit home runs every once in a while, would drive the ball in the gaps, and obviously he's not quite Tony Gwynn, but that's a pretty good guy to try to chase for sure.
Yeah, but he's definitely the best I've seen in a while here, hitting the ball the other way like that. Because I don't you think he's probably hit as many into center or left as he has into right this year, if not more?
He has, and like I coached him at Rogers freshman sophomore year, and his spray chart. That's one thing that coaches talk about is hitting it all fields, and his spray chart was he would hit it a bunch of different places, and it helps your average stay higher when you can go that other way every once in a while. But
we got Keegan up here to bat right now. That's another one of Quint's buddies. They were shooting each other with water guns last night at the show.
Kind of got dirty on him last night, I thought.
Q kind of went dirty. He did.
Did he?
Did. He kind of.
All's fair in love and war.
Well, explain what happened.
Well, supposedly you can't be shot with the goggles on except during a purge. And I think
this is a game they're playing with water
yeah,
guns.
I think Keegan may have been given the wrong time frame for the purge to start,
which probably more than likely
may have
come
came
from
Quint.
Q.
Yes,
That's funny. And, I think Q lied to him.
Yeah, I think he did a little bit there,
and jossed him around. And
yeah.
So, but
well, so Keegan there on first base. I'll try to find an opportunity to show this. You mentioned coaching him at Rogers his freshman sophomore year. Summertown played there.
Yep.
Quint sophomore year, Keegan sophomore year. That ball's
with
hit
ground
under
ball over the third baseman's going to
Keegan
boot
actually pitched against us that year.
Yeah.
Right, and so I pulled some of those, and I thought we'd show them. Let's do that right now. Here's the first at bat between Keegan and Quint. And so like always, he's found a few off. So he's staying alive. But in that case, Keegan gets him.
Got him that time. Yeah.
So there's the first at bat. We'll show some of the others here in a second.
Bring up Case and Blackwood for Summertown here.
Stay hot, Casey.
Which I remember being at that game. You had already finished your postseason, and you were just playing one last regular season game.
Yeah, they do it. They do things a little different down there in Alabama. They the season ends like on a Wednesday, and then there is no like district tournament. It's how the top two teams in the season go to the postseason, and you play 3-game series for 5 straight weeks.
Yeah.
To go to the state championship game, and so it's a little different. And a lot of teams they schedule games that next week on Monday because you don't know if you're going to be in the playoffs or not. So.
Yeah, I just remember that being pretty odd that your postseason was already over and we were playing kind of a friendly. And I think was it y'all's last game?
It was. I think it was.
So we'll show them. Next, they had 3. As far as I know, he had 3 at bats against Keegan in that game.
All right.
Let's see. Let's show this. There's the second at bat. Quint stepping up to the plate here. Again, fouling more off. And here he goes pretty deep, just not quite deep enough.
All right.
Against Keegan.
Yep.
Ball on right. We got 2 on here. Summertown has plated another run off a bunt by Kaysen.
So I don't know if they ever talk about the times where they faced off each other.
I didn't think their second baseman was ever going to get there a while ago.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Bunt.
Yeah,
he had to come a long way. He had to come a long way. Yeah, I don't know if they've discussed it or not. I know they did a little bit when they first got here.
Yeah, they don't even remember the games last year. Kane and Keegan. Ball's grounded over to first. Going to be the first out. But yeah, they couldn't even remember the games last night. And Quint, they looked at Quint like, what happened? Quint said, "I wasn't here. What are you doing?"
Here's where Quint gets Keegan. He gets a single or a double into right field, and that scores a run. And I remember being really mad when Quint brought that run in
because it stopped the 5 inning.
Because we were going to have a run rule there, and now
we was getting to go eat Mexican, and Q messed it up.
Yeah. So that's kind of neat. They got to play against each other back then.
Quint steps in here. Took strike 1 in, then takes ball in.
I thought it hit him actually.
Yeah. He probably wouldn't go nowhere if it did.
Yeah, I asked him. I said, "Why'd you get so mad the other night when you got hit?" He said, "Because I know I don't get to swing a bat if I get hit."
Well, I'd say surely it didn't hurt him that bad.
Well, he's got a pretty good bruise.
Does he?
From Tuesday night. Yeah,
it got him pretty good.
He looked at me last night and said, "I got a bruise right here," and I said, "Where?" Right there, and I pushed it. He jumped across the room.
1 ball, 2 strikes here. Ooh. They keep throwing him at all-speed pitch. Look at the pitcher. You see the pitcher lean back on that one? He hit that one over the trees, foul, down the first baseline.
That'd be something if he went yard with his dad on there.
Foul tips that in the mid.
He's out. Struck him out. Yeah, just the opposite.
Yeah, just the opposite. Well, are you emotionally prepared for graduation?
Yeah, I think so. I'll tell you, I didn't know how it would. When football was over, I'll be honest with you, it was tough.
Yeah.
Just because I've coached him since he was 4 and things, and it was definitely tough. But with him, if it comes the graduation thing, I don't know because I think he's right now unless something that's gone.
Did he get it off?
That's gone.
Nah, it ain't
No,
gone
it ain't.
nowhere.
No, got under it a little
He
bit.
hit it like a girl.
Got under it just a little
Hit
bit.
like a girl.
Kane pops that one up out to left center field. He hit it well, but he just missed it.
He may end up living at home and going to Columbia State unless something works out where he can get, maybe go play some more baseball somewhere. But
Well, I was gonna ask you that. He's just had so many bumps and bruises and aches and pains that I guess he's just probably, as far as football goes, is kind of ready to hang up the cleats there.
Yeah, he actually got invited to play in the TACA All-Star game, and he told me when we found out that he said, "Dad, I told God after the season that I was done with football if he'd get me through this last game," and he told me he was done, didn't want to play anywhere. Just his body had took a beating, and he was
It looks by the end of the year. That last game, he's just limping, but he wouldn't come off. And
of course, I called him soft when he said that. But.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, I've never seen, at least around here, anyways, someone that could ice a game like him. Lewis County, for instance, we had a decent lead. Lewis County was starting to, gain a little bit on us, and you brought Quint back in. He'd been kind of favoring an ankle or something that game, and you need 3 or 4 yards or a first down. He was just automatic. Waynesboro's another one. We won against them, not just because of our defense, but because kept the ball so long because Quint come in and get those first downs, and that was just a joy to watch.
It definitely helps to have somebody that can move that pile, in short yardage, and that's why we may have a surprise. Somebody surprise moving back there this spring. So
yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how that goes.
See how that goes.
Yeah,
got another big body going to put back there and see if he can push the pile a little bit.
Yeah. Well, so just talk a little bit about coming into Summertown over the summer. I mean, surely you and Quint had to have had the discussion. All right, this place we're going doesn't have the best facilities. They only won 1 game last year, and that's where you're going to spend your senior year. Oh, as that ball's hit into center.
Ball hit well. Casey goes back.
Whoa!
Makes the catch.
Whoa!
And I think his hat got over the fence, so we don't have to worry about it falling off his head. Did it go over the fence?
I think he lost his hat.
He did. Out there. It did. He's going after it. Can you do that? Ryder, somebody needs to wait. Your center fielder just jumped the fence. We're going to have to play with 8. Can he come back? Where did he go?
He went into the corn.
Greg said, I thought that when he jumped and caught that ball, his hat went over the fence.
Well, there's a memory for next year when we interview Marlon.
That's definitely a no-fly zone out there in center field.
Watch the catch. Let's see if we can see the.
There'll be times I think, he didn't get a good jump on that, and he'll catch it in his back pocket. It's.
See if we see the hat going over.
Yeah.
Ball's going to be just flared out in the right field. Keegan McCafferty gets down. This kid.
I think he may have lost that one in the lights. At the last minute,
it looked like he just didn't see it. Of course, the height that was hit right there, that's a possibility. But
on that point, Walt, what did you think? Like, one win last year, facilities ain't so great. What was that like coming in?
I mean, obviously, because I coach football and because Quinn had played football and had some success in Alabama, a lot of people thought football was our focus, and because he didn't play baseball the year before. But honestly, golf and baseball were a huge draw for him to come back here. I mean, baseball has traditionally been really, really good and had been good last year as well. And then the golf program had been going to state tournament. And that was 2 other things that he thought, that he took part in and wanted to get back in baseball. And we felt like football, obviously, I'll be honest with you, I watched every game the last 3 or 4 years. I'll get on Coach Busby's huddle and we'd watch them. And so I knew there was potential to be decent. We'd just been young for several years in a row. And so he was excited, again, wanting to get back closer to home and more familiar with people that he had kind of knew and stuff. And I don't know if a lot of people don't know it, but there was a chance we were going to be here his freshman year, and things didn't work out with the football program at that time. But
okay. Well, that would have been nice.
Yeah.
We'd have loved to have him for 4 years.
But anyway, he's over the summer, everything kind of just fell into place, and the football team just accepted him wonderfully, and it made the transition so much easier when the kids accepted him the way they did. And
Well, so just talk about that turnaround, going from 1-9 and then, the next season 8-2 and really should have been, 9-1 or 10-0 if you think about it.
It's a fine line in all sports between winning and losing, and I felt like this year it was just one of those special years where we got a lot of breaks when we needed them. Ball bounced our way a couple of times. We were able to capitalize on a bunch of turnovers, probably beat a couple of teams that we shouldn't have, and then we kind of got to rolling and got confidence, and that just kind of fed on itself a little bit.
It did. It's kind of just played with the swagger, and, well, can I ask you this? Does Jake know what he's doing out there?
Absolutely. I'll be honest.
Are you sure?
I'm telling you, he is Jake.
Look here, as Jake gets a fly ball hit to him,
There
makes
he
that
is.
play.
Yeah.
Jake's an athlete. I'm telling you.
I think he is very, very, very underrated.
We've had this conversation on radio too. We're trying to decide if he's wheels.
Well, he kind of acts he's like Quinn. He's a little goofball. So him and Eli and Austin and all them are kind of goofballs, and so I think that makes people see him in a light. But I think he's a very underrated athlete, and he's going to be big for us in the secondary and out wide.
Well, because I watch baseball, I can tell if he's doing well in baseball, but in football, I have no idea. I see him run down the field and come back and get in line, and I don't know if he's making his blocks, or I just have no idea. So I just thought I'd ask you on air if you knew what he was doing.
Now, on the kickoff return team, I think he did learn a big lesson: do not back up to catch the ball. In that first Jackson Central kickoff, we had preached it all week long, and Jake backs up about 4 yards and catches it, and then live in the game, I thought to myself, he tried to pitch that back. But it didn't happen, and nothing was said. And afterwards, about 3 or 4 days later, I said, I got a question. I said, did you think about pitching that ball back? He said, yeah, I did. I said, I thought you did, and I was about ready to run out there and tell you not. I mean, in the middle of the play. And but he didn't, and we held on to it.
Well, that I've always enjoyed streaming the spring sports more, like the challenge or whatever, like being out, but – football this year was awesome. That was about the most I've ever enjoyed streaming a season. Just upsetting team after team that just knew, this is just Summertown. That opening game versus Lawrence County, winning that one. I was stunned at that. And then when
that one was pretty big for me.
I can imagine. And I took a lot of joy in watching us stomp Lewis County like that.
Yeah, that's always good because I think they've always kind of looked down on our program a little bit, and maybe changing of the guard a little bit around here. So.
Yeah, and then the big win at Loretta, of course. That was something. You seen a quarterback like Tidwell that's that hard to bring down very often?
I said last year that one of their best run plays was a pass play that he took off running on. He's so big and strong and fast that when he got people out in space, he was tough to bring down for sure. And definitely gives defenses something else to worry about, especially with all the other weapons he has to throw around to and hand off to and things. Right at him.
Ball's going to be Jake's going to ground, hit a boy, it was close.
Yeah, it was the right call.
It was close, right call, though. But we do have Huckabee in the bullpen loosening up.
Huckabee's in the bullpen, and we got Hudson up here to pinch hit.
I think the last pinch hit he
for
Mount Pleasant.
Cecil.
Be for Cecil, and got John Colby Stanley standing on deck.
All right, so Hudson Koenig is in the 7 spots. John Colby's in the 8. I think we got that in now.
So it'll be Keegan and Cecil.
Hudson's got some pop.
Oh,
that's
ouch.
I thought
all right, baby, he's not that tall.
That was up and out.
I'd like to see Hudson on a football field myself.
Yeah, I would. Listen, that's been my biggest.
There he goes.
Hudson's gonna get him a base hit.
That's another base hit. It's 2 in a row pinch hitting, I think.
I think last time he pinch hit, he got walked. Did he not? Or
yeah, he did. Last pinch hit, he walked.
Okay, I know at Mount Pleasant.
So is that his first? Is his first?
No, he had a big hit. Okay, I thought he got one at Mount Pleasant. Oh, a fly. That's right, a sacrifice fly at Mount Pleasant. That's right. Okay.
And Cecil's back into.
You're right.
Run.
Yeah, Cecil comes right back in to run for him.
Yeah, that's been my biggest goal. I'm trying to recruit the hallways. I feel like, we've had some success this year, but there's so many really good athletes that we don't have.
Well, that's one thing
playing football right
I
now.
thought was pretty interesting. Your football team only has 2 baseball players, and really Dillard was the only basketball player.
Yes. And
so you had that much success.
At a school this size, you've got to have guys playing other sports.
Yeah.
It's just the depth will eventually catch up to you. And especially when Jackson Central, JCM, when we played them, they're drawing from 1,000 students.
Well, I know when Jake would go to other athletes that didn't play football but played other sports, and he would try to convince them. The answer used to be, "Well, you're not any good. That wouldn't be any fun." Well, they can't say that anymore.
Yeah, and I think a couple of years there, the instability of the program, I think, is one thing that's kept people from.
Yeah.
But hopefully, Coach Winfrey, he's committed to being here. He just built a house in Etheridge. He's going to be here a while, and hopefully, all of us assistants, we need more help. We're trying to get other coaches as well, but. Where we can build something from middle school all the way to high school.
That's like a funny hop. Well, he kept going, but yeah.
Yeah, he was going to third on that.
Yeah.
But, I feel the same way. Walt, I've talked about that football program and been asked about it 100 times from different schools. Different people ask me about it. And I said, until Summertown's always been a basketball school.
It has.
We're a basketball.
We
never had
baseball,
football.
both.
Basketball, baseball. That's what we do. And until the athletes, and not saying they're not. But
until we get more of the athletes out, it's going to be hard to be consistent.
It's going to be hard to be consistent.
It is.
And you got to get these guys. But now I see, you're kind of rolling into that. Now your sophomore and junior class is guys that played in junior high and Pop Warner. We got guys on this field that didn't even – it wasn't a football league here.
Yeah,
you actually had to go – Kane was 4. His 4-year-old year was the first year we had Pop Warner.
Yep.
And, he played that year, and then he never played again. He didn't – and I tried to talk him into it for years, but he just didn't care nothing about it. But it wasn't a big sport here in Summertown,
exactly.
And it wasn't like everything else. Everybody else was playing baseball, and everybody else was playing basketball. Well,
hopefully we're starting to have a few second-generation families that have been in the football program a little bit, and that helps.
You're starting to see the kids that started in Pop Warner that's coming out. I know Kaysen Bailey.
Yes. Yep.
Played this year. Well, he was on the same team Kane was when he started.
Yep.
So that's that group. So now you're backing up. You go back to that freshman group, you're going to have more and more that's been playing football their whole lives. So it looks like a football program instead of just and like you said, the stability is something we've got to have here in this. It's something that the kids need, and they see it, and then the parents see it, and of course they go home and talk to the kids about it, and you know how that goes. It turns into a racket. But
we got somebody standing on our steps out there taking pictures, and it's shaking us a little bit. Walt, my dad texted and told me to ask you if you ever got to see your grandfather W.O. Smith umpire.
I did not get to see him umpire, but I heard a bunch of stories about him umpiring and being a fast pitch softball pitcher. When he was young, they played fast pitch. Men's league was fast pitch back then, and I've heard stories after stories of him umpiring, and my dad tells stories that he would come home from umpiring with bloody lips and stuff, where people would have got mad at him and stuff, and. I guess everybody thinks that people are rough on umpires now, but Daddy said they were rough on them back then too. So,
well, let me ask you a couple more questions about Quint. What attributes do you think he gets from his mother? What does he get from you?
I think his mom is his level-headedness. Probably he doesn't get bent out of shape quite as bad as I do.
Not you, Walt. You don't get bent out of shape, do you?
And maybe it's competitiveness he gets from me, but she kind of keeps him. He's pretty mellow. He's easygoing, and I think he gets that from her a lot, and maybe the competitiveness from me.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Now, did Amy play high school sports?
Yes, she played basketball, volleyball, and softball until she tore ACL twice, and then she's actually torn it twice more. She's tore one 3 times and the other one time maybe, I think. I can't remember. But she had several knee injuries that hampered her during her high school careers.
I guess you got to be pretty excited about your niece, softball pitching or lefty.
Yeah. It seems she's in the top 100 in her class.
Is that right?
With her travel ball team, I think there's like 6 of their girls in the top 100. So she's having a really good year as a 7th grader in travel ball.
Yes, and that's the thing. You got, Quint's got cousins here with all kinds of success, and Ella's had a great year as well.
Yeah, I think there's going to be Hallie. There's been a little trash talk between her and Ella on the golf.
Oh, is that right?
Course. Maybe Hallie's really said, "Well, I don't know if you're going to be number 1 or not." No, they're pretty friendly with it, but definitely competitive for sure.
And so the next steps for Quint, you mentioned that kind of earlier, but still kind of up in the air at this point.
Yeah. When when we went and visited and took some visits for football, and then as the season went, he just decided that's not something he wanted to do. But since baseball started, he's kind of got the bug that he thinks he would like to play somewhere if he were to get a chance. And he's had some success a little bit this year, and I guess it's got him a little more excited. And he wants to be a game warden eventually, so he wants
warden.
Yeah, go somewhere and do that.
And can you do you think you could get him to come be a volunteer assistant coach for us next year in football?
If he's at home, that's very possible.
Okay.
I do think that's possible. If he's around here doing things and not too busy.
Oh, that'd be great. Well, Walt, thank you for coming up here
I appreciate y'all
and letting us pick your brain. Well, he'll enjoy going back and listening to this in a few years.
Good job, Hook. Yeah, listen, I think people around here understand how spoiled we are in this area to have something like X Sports. And it's not always perfect, the broadcast, but
easy
to be able to watch these games and go back and watch them, and it's an unbelievable blessing that a lot of people don't have. And I just want to thank X Sports and you guys for doing all this.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Do you wish they had it when you played, or are you glad they didn't, so you can brag on yourself more?
Well, that does help that you can exaggerate a little bit better when there's not video evidence out there on the internet. So.
Be careful. We'll go back. We'll go back and find some.
Yeah, I know.
We've seen a couple of basketball games of me and you played.
Yes. I seen one on.
That's right.
Somebody on YouTube, Granny's Network had played.
Yeah, we got a Granny's. Yeah, that's right. Y'all weren't opposing. That's right. Cedric was playing. And yes. Timmy jumped center against Cedric in that Kaufman game.
I did. And I outscored Cedric in that game. So what's that take?
There you go.
That's my claim to fame. Accurate year. I got MVP over Cedric. So I tell everybody I just let him do it when he was at high school.
Yeah, we didn't even get to talk about your basketball team that you played on your senior year.
It was a special. I would catch myself just watching those guys. I was trying to tell somebody the other night we would dunk. I say they would dunk 5 or 6, 7, 8 times a game. It was
Ben Spry, Kevin Bradley, and Cedric were your big three.
They were something special to watch for sure.
Yeah, they were. And I remember that game here. You only beat us by 3. It's my sophomore year, your senior year. But that was a barn burner here.
Yes, it was. It was.
Well, thanks again, man.
Appreciate it. Let's get back to baseball now, I guess.
We'll do it.
Good to have you, Walt. All right. Walt's going to slide out of here. Good to have him up here. Graham Howell's in the box now. Scores 9-2.
I enjoyed sitting up here listening to all that. That was good.
Well, for the people that don't know Quint, he has been an outstanding addition to everything Summertown.
Absolutely.
I can promise you. That kid,
he's a good kid. He is. Got a big heart.
Yep.
And don't care to show it. Ball's going to be grounded over to shortstop by Graham. Shortstop Fields throws over to first. Gets him. But, yeah, he's from what I've been around him and just listening to the other, like I said there, listening to the other kids talk about him, I mean, he's been I don't know that he wasn't a blessing of this baseball team this year, with a lot of things, a lot of changes happened here this year. And I don't know that him coming in wasn't a blessing to this team, and just the smile he's got on the face and the way he carries himself, if it didn't help us get to where we are right now, not only with his play, but
just kind of keep things together.
Just to keep things together.
I was around him quite a bit during the golf season. Got to know him.
Ball's going to be grounded over to shortstop again. Fielded, throw it over to first.
He's
there. Casey Blackwood beats it down the line.
I think
Shortstop looks a little frustrated, but listen.
He didn't. He was safe.
Yeah, he was there.
Kaysen gets faster every time I see him run.
Trying to watch the replay on it right here.
He was
I
there.
mean, he was there. I mean, it's hard to see in the video, but he was done past the base before the ball got there. It's going to bring up Ryder Blackwood, 2-hole hitter. Ryder had the big double earlier, drive in 2 runs. Pick over to first. Blackwood's back easy. It's like we've got number 2. Who is? Oh, it's Perez. Perez is wearing number 2s in the bullpen, throwing some now. Cason's gone again. No chance.
I like to see him going feet first.
Oh, I do too. He ain't been head first since he got chewed out the last time he tried it. But give you an update on Loretta game. Loretta up 9-5 at Richland in the top of the 3rd. 2 outs, runner standing at second for Loretta.
That's a slow-moving game.
It's very slow-moving. Ours ain't moving that fast. It's just kind of been a draw that game. Ryder's going to call time back out in a 2-0 count with a runner standing at second.
Well, we could go ahead and get about 3 runs and end it.
Ball's going to be down.
3-0.
Pitch going to be up and in. Ryder's going to walk. Put 2 on for Q coming up here. Now that we got his daddy out of the box, we may get something out of him.
Bunt him down the third base side.
Oh, I would. That'd be hilarious. I don't think he's bunting, though.
I doubt it.
Oh, he takes that and up and in for a strike.
But they probably would not be ready for him to bunt that down the third base side.
That hits him.
That did. I thought it did. Just barely catch that uniform.
Q wasn't going nowhere that the umpire called it. He was just going to stand there, but I think it gets him on the arm.
It looked like it got him in the elbow.
It changes the direction.
It ticked it.
Yeah, it gets him.
They're going to bring Blaze in to run here for Q.
Blaze Franks in. Q's going to get his hard 90 across the field there. There's that goofball status we was talking about a while ago.
I think he's showing the coach, look, I can run.
Yeah, I can run, coach. Come on, baby. But bases loaded here with 1 out. Bring up Kane Kinnick. Ball's going to be down the way.
Kane hit the ball hard his last at bat.
He's hit it hard every time he's up tonight. Just ain't got nothing to show for it. So maybe he'll hit it softer this time and get something to show for it. That ball's going to be away again for ball 2. Pitch is delivered. Kane takes that, and that ain't him. He's up. That ball was up and out just a touch. He takes it for a strike. Kane steps back in there. Going to be up and in. Ball makes it 3-1. We talk about it all the time, guys. 3-1. This guy's trying to throw you a strike. Be locked and loaded right here, ready to unload your hands. Oh, he did. He missed it. But he unloaded on it.
He tried to end this one early with that swing.
Yeah. He threw that elbow guard away.
Goes 3 balls, 2 strikes here. Pitcher comes set here, delivers. Pitch is going to be outside for ball 4. Does bring another run in, makes it 10-2. P-Rez right here and get me a good base hit right here, P. We may get to go to house just a little bit early here in this game. He's staying away from him. That ball's going to be down in the way again.
This kid's pitching too careful.
He is.
He's trying to make that perfect outside corner, and he's going to throw it and let his defense work just like that.
Yep. Ball's fouled off over the first base dugout. I think it's this group. I mean, you see it a lot, Ab. You know, we've talked about it with our guys. I think we get too selective with our pitching.
He's trying to be too perfect.
Yeah.
They're not making
$10
million a year to throw the ball. He just got to.
Yeah. Throw strikes and let these guys play. But 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Ball's going to be up and away. That's a breaking pitch. Dropped back in there some, but it was away.
Yeah, it was high.
Perez going to drive out now in the center field.
I ought to get one of them, man.
Yeah, center fielder's counting under that one. He's staying in there. Brent's talking to Blaze on that, you know, right there. I mean, the same thing I said a while ago with Q at first. I mean, you tag on that ball, and Kane did, you know, that time. But you tag, when you see him turn it loose and it's that high, you take off to third.
Yeah.
Because you know nobody's cutting it. The catcher's got to get it, and the catcher's going to have to make a perfect throw over here. So
everything's, yep.
But we played another run. Bring up Jake Pettis. Going to pick back to second, but Blaze is back in there pretty easy.
Jake got a good hit his last at bat.
He did. Pitcher comes set here, delivers. Ball hits Jake in the head, rattles him around a little bit. Don't think it hurt much up there. It's another reason I wonder if he's Will Pettis' son.
He stood there.
Will ain't got his headphone on. Oh, he got to hear it. Will didn't even.
He's waiting on that pitch to break, and
it didn't break. Just stayed up and hit him in the head.
Didn't break till it reflected off the side of his helmet.
Cecil Williams going to hit a ground ball over the shortstop. Shortstop boots it.
That's ball game.
That should be ball game, but that was an excellent job by Kane.
Yep, that's it.
I mean, Kane kind of checked up there in front of him. That'll be the ball game. And Summertown's going to win 12-2 here over Giles County. So as the shortstop's talking to the umpire about that being interference, and that's not interference. I mean, he can check up as long as he don't touch the ball or touch you. So, but victory 12-2 here.
He can stand there and let that ball go between his legs if he wanted to.
Yeah, he can. But play tomorrow at Spring Hill, correct?
Yes.
We'll be at Spring Hill tomorrow. We'll get to go see their new turf field and all the money that's been spent up there. Then where are we at next week? Monday and Tuesday. We're away Monday.
Lewis County,
Monday and Tuesday. We're away Monday, back here Tuesday. Big district rivals. That's games, guys. We got to get,
got to win those.
We need to win those, most definitely. Don't want to split with them. Want to go in and win, but we don't want to leave it up to runs scored and added and let somebody sit down there and figure it out on a calculator. We want to just go ahead and win them both and let's win this district and host it. Middle school plays here.
Middle school baseball will also be here Tuesday at 4 o'clock. So that'll be a game before the high school versus Lewis County.
Yeah, so there'll be a doubleheader here Tuesday.
Yes.
So come on out and watch that. But for Mr. Joe Cowton, for Mr. Adam Kinnick, for Will Pettis, our electrical extraordinaire that makes all this happen, guys, and for Timmy Kinnick, we're going to sign off. This is Summertown Baseball on X Sports Network.
Going the distance with local sports.